Right, folks, we're testing supermarket own brand bourbon biscuits. Which of these are going to be our winner? We're, of course, giving our ratings out of 10. Before anybody says they're all the same and made in the same factory, they're very different already. Co-op bourbon biscuits. Nice hit of chocolate. Filling inside, really, really creamy. Do it a little bit more, my honest opinion. Biscuit on the outside, not so much flavour, but all round, pleasant enough. Definitely dunkable. Okay, Co-op bourbon creams, they're getting an 8 out of 10. Morrison's bourbon biscuits. Not as chocolatey as the Co-op ones. Also broke apart a little bit more when we were biting in. Definitely less filling in there than there is in the Co-op ones. Yeah, lacking a little bit of the flavour in these bourbon creams. Morrison's, you're getting a 5 out of 10. Aldi bourbon biscuits. Morrison's, Aldi. So let's give these a try. Much bitter in the flavour. A lot more cream inside, or it feels like there's a lot more cream inside due to the shape of the biscuit. You're not getting as much of that sweetness and the chocolate flavour. Don't find these as pleasant as some of the others we tried already. Aldi bourbon biscuits, you're getting a 3 out of 10. Elk's bourbon biscuits from Iceland. These are exactly the same as the Aldi ones, probably made in the same factory, same company for these ones. Strangely enough, the cream inside is creamier than in the Aldi ones, and the biscuit not so much dry. Okay, pretty much similar to the Aldi ones, these are also getting a 3 out of 10. Sainsbury's bourbon biscuits. I do have to do a comparison. You get less biscuits in the big pack. What's all that about, Sainsbury's? It's 12 custard creams and 11 bourbon biscuits. Much harder than the other biscuits we tried. You really had to bite into that and it started to crumble apart. The biscuit is a little bit drier. There's not a lot of filling in there. Or the filling I can taste. It's not too bad. Very, very nice. Nice chocolatey flavours in there. Sainsbury's, you're getting a 6 out of 10. Lidl's bourbon biscuits. These look similar to the Aldi and the Iceland ones already. You get an overwhelming taste of sugar in there. Not a lot of chocolate flavour. The biscuit's really, really crumbly. But there's a real lack of flavour. Okay, Lidl, you're getting 3 out of 10. Tesco bourbon biscuits. Good amounts of filling in there. Not a lot of chocolate flavour. Very similar to the Lidl ones. Overwhelming kind of taste of sugar in there. Yeah, disappointing again from Tesco's. Like I said, very similar to the Lidl ones. They're going to pip them with a 4 out of 10 just because they've got more filling in them. Asda bourbon biscuits. Missing a bit of filling in there. Okay. More chocolatey flavours coming through there. Filling's not spread out throughout the biscuit. Bit of a shame. I think the flavour really lets it down on this one. But these ones are going to get a 4 out of 10. M&S bourbon biscuits. They've got M&S written on them. Really pleasant all-round biscuit. Loads of the cream in there. Excellent. Good flavours of chocolate coming through. If anything, a little bit too sweet. Can't really fault them, but I don't think they're the best ones we tried today. These are going to get a 7 out of 10. Now, who'd have thought there was so many different varieties of bourbon biscuits? So the losers today were the Aldi bourbon biscuits with a 3 out of 10. And the winners were the Co-op bourbon biscuits with an 8 out of 10. Keep your eyes peeled. Part 2 for the custard creams is coming tomorrow.